Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back here with another video, and today I'm going to bring this really quick video here for you guys where I'm going to go over the 3 most important extensions that I found myself using in the past a few months. These 3 extensions will be in order from least impactful to most impactful, but overall I just feel like they definitely changed how efficient I am in my... Now, I'm not saying that every single one of you will benefit massively from this extension. However, I am saying that I really like these extensions and I feel like it is worth it to just take a look at them. So I just want to point out that I actually try to keep out the most commonly known extensions out there. The reason for that is because I really don't want to tell you guys to use prettier or material icon again and again, because I know most of you guys already use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list out the 3 extensions that I feel are game changers in the market today in VS Code and are pretty underrated. So with that in mind, let's get into the video. Okay everyone, so the first extension I really want to talk about was developed by this person called Michel Melusu, and it has about 130k downloads in VS Code. And as I mentioned, I'm going to start from the least impactful to most. However, it doesn't take away the fact that this extension is really important to me nowadays. And the name of the extension is Git Ignore. However, I want to point out that there are 2 extensions with the same name. I didn't even know this was possible, but they have the same name. It is the one which doesn't have a profile pic, or this is the profile pic. Believe me, it is really cool, and it's really simple as well. All it does is the following. I'm going to open up here a project, as you can see, and I'm going to zoom in a bit. Imagine that I have a Git Ignore file over here, as you can see. And for those who don't know, Git Ignore is just a file which allows you to tell GitHub to ignore a couple files inside of your project. So for example, if you have a file for your environment variables, you really don't want to push that into your GitHub repositories because that's the whole point of creating an environment variable file, because you don't want people to see the values of those variables. So what you do is you add that file to this Git Ignore. And if you want to add more files to the Git Ignore, in the case you don't want to push certain stuff, you can very easily now with the extension just come to the file, right click on it, and it will include this little thing called add to Git Ignore. And this will exist for every single file, as you can see over here, which if we click on it, you'll see that it will automatically add the file to Git Ignore. And it works with every file. As you can see, it works perfectly, and this works with folders as well. So you can see I just created this folder over here and put 2 random files inside of it. If I wanted to add this file over here called coolfile.java, I could just click add to Git Ignore, and it would add the whole path. So it recognized there was a folder, and it put the correct path towards that file. So I just find it really simple but really cool, and I really wanted to show it to you guys because I rarely see anyone talking about this extension. You saw it doesn't even have close to the amount of downloads of the other extensions I will mention in this video, but I do think it is worth your time if you use GitHub a lot. So with that in mind, this was the first extension. Now let's talk about the second one. The next extension that I want to talk about is called Thunder Client, and it is semi-famous. It has about 370k downloads, and there are other extensions that do the exact same thing as this one, but I really like the UI for this extension. And basically what it does is it allows you to execute API requests inside of your VS Code. Now, you may be familiar with using stuff like Insomnia or Postman to make API requests. But if you're a web developer and you're interested to just do everything inside of VS Code, I feel like Thunder Client is a really good extension to do that. You can see that with Thunder Client, you should have over here a little thing called Thunder Client. And if you open up, you can create different requests. So if I want to create a request, I can just click on this. I put the link to my API. It can be running locally or it can be a public API. And then I can just put like the headers, the body of the request. I can do whatever I want and just send the request. And if we look at the example they show, it returns the message that the API request returns. So it works everything inside of VS Code, and the extension as a whole allows you to decrease the amount of time you spend just going from program to program just to make an API request. And I just feel like it's honestly really cool. It's definitely not a thing that like every single person needs to use, because it is only useful for probably web developers or app developers who communicate with an API. But I do feel like it's really awesome, and especially for my target audience who are probably web developers, I feel like this is a good extension to have. Now guys, the last extension I really want to talk about, it's GitHub CoPilot. And I know a lot of you guys probably know what it is. Maybe you guys read some sort of article saying that GitHub CoPilot will kill our jobs, or GitHub CoPilot will run over the world, or whatever. But don't worry, GitHub CoPilot is an amazing extension. It was actually released by GitHub and Microsoft itself. It has about 400k downloads, and it is definitely a game changer. You have no idea how many comments I get asking what's the name of the extension that I used in one video that I posted, which I forgot to remove GitHub CoPilot from working. And basically they ask, what is the extension that you're using to autocomplete stuff? And I always tell them it's GitHub CoPilot. But now I'm just going to tell you guys right here. So if you're wondering, this is the extension that allows you to, it gives you really good suggestions and allows you to automatically autocomplete a lot of code. Now I'm going to be running in the screen right now different videos of me using GitHub CoPilot, different examples on which situations it will be useful. And I honestly feel like this extension can either really impact your development process, or it can be detrimental to your learning. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're a really like beginner on what you're coding, I don't feel like GitHub CoPilot can be really good, because it does remove that aspect of like gaining some muscle memory when you're learning how to code or learning a technology, which is really important in the beginning, because you really want to practice writing the same line of code a couple times so you really just get it, right? Just allow it to engrave into your head so that you understand what you're doing. And with GitHub CoPilot, if you're learning while you're using it, it becomes hard because it will automatically write everything you need to write, and which further prevents you from gaining that muscle memory. However, if you are using a technology which you've been using for a while, and I don't mean like you don't need to be an expert on a technology. If you're just building a project on a technology that you know how to use, I would definitely recommend using GitHub CoPilot. It decreased my coding time from like something that it would take me 60 minutes to do, started taking me less than 25, less than 30, something like that, almost half the time, just because there is a lot of boilerplate to most code that I write. So I feel like with an extension like this, it is definitely a game changer, and I don't use them anymore in my videos because I feel like it takes away that aspect of learning. But as I mentioned previously, it is important if you are someone who is just writing an application with a technology that you're already experienced with. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link to the actual extensions, all of them, in the description, and you can even check them out for yourself. I remember that when I got this extension, there was a wait list that you had to apply. I don't know if that wait list still exists and if you can actually, everyone can use it. I remember it took me about 1 week to actually get off the wait list. So right now it's kind of being exclusive for whoever GitHub takes out from the wait list. I don't even know why I got it, but it's not that hard, I believe. So I'll leave the link for it in the description. Check it out. Believe me, this will be a game changer for you. With that in mind, this was the video. I know it's pretty quick compared to my other videos. I have videos that are 4 hours long, and this one probably is less than 10 minutes long. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below and comment which you want to see next. Let me know any extensions you guys use so that I can also learn from the comments and I can also use them while I'm coding my own projects. So if you're interested, subscribe to the channel. I'm posting 2 to 3 times a week and I'll massively appreciate it. And with that in mind, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I see you guys next time.